Today, we will talk about the scope related to entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship has today become a very important discipline. Startups are growing. The growth in the startups is mostly due to a rise in overall investment. Investment is crucial. If there are private equities investors coming forward, then startups thrive. See, there is a direct positive correlation between overall investment climate and startup culture. What is exactly a startup? As students, you can plan something new, a new product or a new services or a modified product or services. And when you launch it, see, then this startup functionalizes. So you spend about 1 year or 2 years in planning about the product and then you launch it. But what do you require to launch it? You require a very good understanding of market, you require very good marketing network, and most important thing, you require money. So how do you get money? It's not easy to get loan because you have not yet created any, framework. You have just prototyped an idea, developed it, tested it, market feedback is available. That's all. Based on this getting a loan will be difficult. Moreover, if you take loan, you are creating a financial burden. So the best idea is equity. Equity doesn't require payment. If you are able to earn profit, then you pay. If you are not able to earn profit, then you don't have to pay. So the most important thing for a startup is equity. But how do you get equity? You get equity through funding organization, through private equity investors, through venture capitalists, through angel investors. So these are different terms for investors. So these investors come and invest into startup. My question to you is, why do investors invest in startup? Obviously, you will say that investors invest into high return sector. Yes, you are right. Startup is naturally a possible high return but high risk. High risk because it is a fact that 95% startups fail in the first 5 years. So there is high risk, but there is high return possibility. If a startup is properly planned, the growth is very high and the investors can expect to get very good returns. Moreover, some investors wish to participate in the management process also. So, they want to use their expertise in business management. They want to be on the board members. They want to be your partners. This is quite possible. And in that case, the success probability of startup will also increase. If you are starting a new startup, you have limited experience. You are doing a small startup at your own level. If suppose you are able to get on your board of management some veterans, somebody who was earlier working with Infosys, somebody who was earlier working with TCS, somebody who was earlier working with other leading companies, if those people come and join in your board of directors, their experience will help you. They will help you in preparing a proper marketing strategy. They will help you in preparing proper HR strategy, which will help you and it will also give credibility to your startup. So this is how the success probability of startup will also increase. We have to create excellent ecosystem for startup. Fortunately, Bangalore is once a city which has got very good ecosystem for startup. Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Delhi, they are also upcoming. But this kind of ecosystem should be there in every city. What should be done for this? The local industry associations should come forward. If Jaipur Industry Association comes forward and announces that if a startup is coming, we will try to help that startup. If a startup is coming forward, we will try to provide some support. Obviously, this will create a positive impact on the overall investment ecosystem. The overall system is that the government has created plenty of incubation centers. So you must understand the working of the incubation center. What is an incubation center? An incubation center is a center where somebody who wants to do a startup, somebody who wants to create a startup, somebody who has got some idea about doing his own business will be guided step by step. Suppose you have got an idea that I want to start an HR consultancy company, or I want to start a career guidance center. Now you have an opinion in your mind that I want to start a career guidance center. How to start it? What should be scale of its operation? How it should work? All these things you do not know. So what should you do? You should join an incubation center. In incubation center, there will be some mentors. These mentors will spend about 1 hour or 2 hours with you discussing every minute detail of your business plan. They will guide you. They will help you in preparing your business plan. On different parameters, you will minutely decide about different aspects. So probably for the next 6 months or 1 year, you will take their guidance. The incubation center will provide you this wonderful service. And what is the price? What is the cost? Nil. The incubation centers do not charge for all these things. Most of the incubation centers are supported by Government of India, and therefore they are not charging anything. In fact, they provide you free office, free conference room, free meeting room, free Wi-Fi, free internet, free computers, and other required amenities. You can sit, work just like your own office without paying a rent. And this facility will help you in preparing your plan. Every day you will be interacting with your mentors, experts, subject experts, and preparing your plan. When your plan is almost ready, then you will start preparing the prototype, demo plan. For example, if you want to establish a career guidance center, what will you do? You will prepare a plan, a prototype, career guidance program, and test it out. The incubation center will help you in testing out the idea. If the idea works out to be a viable idea, what will happen? This idea will be then supported by incubation center. That means you will be able to get the seed funding for starting up your activity, basic level activity. This is called seed capital. So slowly your business will move forward, right? When your business is slightly moving ahead and you want to scale it up, you want to expand it, you want to make a large scale production, you want to make it big, that time what will happen? That time you will require bigger money. So the incubation center will arrange your meeting with investors. The investors will listen to your business plan. The investors will listen from you how you want to scale up your business enterprise, and they will negotiate with you. They will ask for some share in your equity. Suppose they say that look, we will give you 1 crore rupees, but you have to give us 50% ownership of your enterprise. If you agree, they will sign the deal with you. Something like this. So there will be lot of negotiation rounds, and after those negotiation rounds, you will get some funding. Based on those fundings, you will be able to launch your enterprise. The incubation center will help you for first 5 years or first 7, 8 years, right? Thereafter, you will have to set up your own office. You have to take up a rented building out of the incubation center. During the first 5 to 7 years, you are able to get so many free services from the incubation center. As payment against these services, incubation center will also take equity participation into your enterprise. Different incubation centers have different terms conditions, but let's say the incubation center may take 2% or 5% equity into your business venture. If your business grows, the incubation center will get some share in your dividend. If your business doesn't grow, if your business is failure, if your business is into losses, then incubation center will not get anything, right? Therefore, incubation centers are also very choosy. They do not select every student. If you have a business plan, if you have an idea, you may have to contact many incubation centers. You may have to give many presentations before you are selected by one incubation center, right? There are, like, if you have developed a business plan, I will suggest you make 4 5 presentations in 4 5 incubation centers. You can contact here MNIT Incubation Center. You can go to IIM Ahmedabad CIIE Incubation Center. There are plenty of incubation centers in Bangalore. You can go there and give your presentation. And after every presentation, you will feel that there is something lacking in your business plan. You require more efforts. You have to undertake more detailed market study. So all these are part of learning. And when you learn, your business plan improves, right? Starting a new business is, based on experiences. Right now, you are at zero. But as you proceed, you give your interview in one incubation center, you give another interview in another business incubation center, you give another interview in another business incubation center. With every interview, your communication skills will improve, your understanding will improve, your business acumen will grow, and that will help you, and you will be able to sharpen your business plan. And the financial nitty-gritties will improve. When you are giving a business plan presentation, then investors will ask you to give next 5 years cash flow projections, next 5 years projected balance sheets, next 5 years profit and loss statement. All those things you have to work out. How will you work it out? You have to estimate something. You have to logically defend those figures. Suppose you say that I will be able to achieve sales of 10 lakh rupees in the first year. Then you have to give a logical explanation for that. The investor should really believe on it. If you are saying that you will be able to experience a growth of 40%, then you have to give a logical explanation. If you have done a market survey, or if you have taken up consumer feedback, or if you are aware about some market data, then you can say that, look, the internet growth in India is growing at the rate of 40%. The consumption in the e-commerce segment is growing at the rate of 40%, and therefore you expect your business to grow at the rate of 40% per annum. Something like this. So this will help you in defending yourself, in giving a better explanation of what you are saying. Right now, at this time, I will request you that start your startup only in very high growth segments. Very high growth segments are like e-commerce, right? E-commerce is one such platform which is in Indian context growing at phenomenal growth rate. So plan for your startup only in very high growth segment. Very high growth segments are the segments related to machine learning, related to artificial intelligence, related to manpower development, skill development, training and development, related to online education, related to e-commerce. All these segments are experiencing very high growth. If you will plan for a startup in a low growth segment, there is no scope for you. I tell you, if the industry is experiencing 10% growth or 8% growth, and there is already tough competition, large number of players are there, large number of companies are there, and you are planning another startup in this segment, you will be able to get hardly 7 to 8% growth, and that at so much of risk. Who will support you? And why should somebody invest into your business enterprise? Nobody should invest. Therefore, plan out a startup in a high growth industry segment and work on some innovation, something which can make you distinct, different, and superior than others based on your inherent capabilities, based on your own strengths. If you don't have strength, you have to build some strength, right? The market will appreciate you only if you are able to offer certain strategic strength which is not offered by other competitors. Then you will thrive. See, when Naukri.com offered online job search platform, it was the best platform in India. There was no competitor. It was a really superior platform in Indian context. In other countries there were, but in India that was the best platform. When Flipkart launched online e-commerce platform, that was the best platform in India. There was no competitor in Indian context. There were many competitors in other countries, but not in India. So it was able to offer an outstanding services in India for the first time. Of course, similar services were there but in other countries, but not in India. And they encashed it. And they took full advantage out of it. Similarly, if you are going to launch your startup, you should look at certain business services which are not available in India. In other countries, they might be there. But in India, those things are not available. So then what you can do? You can plan out them, benchmark them with the international best, and start offering them. And very soon, your services will enable you to become a business tycoon. Best wishes.